from Kern Government Television. Welcome to this week's Kern County Board of Supervisors meeting. Originating from the County Administrative Center, located at 1115 Truxton Avenue in Bakersfield, California. Grounded in ideas, energy, and innovation, Kern County's vision is to be a driving force for the world's fifth largest economy. And our mission is to exceed expectations of the communities we serve, changing the way they feel about government, those who manage it, and the services it provides. Today's Kern County Board of Supervisors meeting will convene momentarily.
Okay, board to reconvene. Good morning, Kern County. Kathy, good morning to you. Would you please call the roll?
Supervisor Peters.
Here.
Supervisor Parlier.
Here.
Supervisor Flores.
Here.
Supervisor Couch.
Here.
Supervisor Perez.
Thank you. Good morning, Kern County. Public, viewers at home, and of course our county family. This morning is a special opportunity to celebrate and acknowledge the stunning courage and sacrifice made by so many of our American neighbors here. Today is an opportunity to honor and acknowledge them. In lieu of reciting the Pledge of Allegiance as we normally do during this time, this morning we are so honored to have the Kern County Sheriff's Honor Guard present the colors, followed by Deputy Sheriff Cherie Davis, who will sing the national anthem. For those of you who are unaware, this week is our National Police Week and also Peace Officers Memorial Day in Kern County. We take some time this week every year to acknowledge the courage, the sacrifice, camaraderie, and service by so many here and that have departed us. After the colors are retired, please remain standing for a moment of prayer, silence, or meditation, whichever you prefer. Thank you.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
God bless America. Okay, this morning, as we always do at this point of the agenda, of course, if you're looking to follow along with the agenda, they're located at the back of the room on tables. But we will have our pet of the week now. As we do every week, we are devoted, deeply, and utterly committed to the well-being of our animal friends. In particular, the ones we bring here, we know have lots of love and family capacity to transform your lives. They certainly have done so in my life. So today's an opportunity for Kern County as a whole to recognize that we also have other friends among us that need care and concern in TLC, and that as a community, we can adopt and do our part and improve their lives, as well as the lives of our animal care workers who hate to put our friends down. And that's a reality when we do not have a robust program like this. So a little introduction, Nick, to the very important work that you do. And who do you have with you today?
Well, good morning, Madam Chair, members of the board. Our pet of the week is Rexy.
Oh.
Rexy is a girl. She's only about 2 years old. She's a wire hair terrier mix. She's available for adoption at the Kern County Animal Shelter right now. She's got a couple of siblings that are available for adoption as well, but she could be adopted today at the Kern County Animal Shelter.
She looks like a very good doggie. And what's the cost of that again, Nick?
We're doing actually free adoptions.
Free adoption.
Our pet adoptions are free right now.
So Kern County, if you are watching this, we have a lot of animals in our shelters. We need help. We need your love. This is free. This animal will transform your life. They will, because as we've said before, they know but do not tell. So bring them in. They'll keep your secrets. They keep mine. Okay, moving on. A little bit of excitement this morning. Okay, we're going to move to the consent agenda portion of this agenda, and these are matters that are routine in nature or considered to be so by staff. We don't anticipate a lot of controversy. If the public feels otherwise, of course, you're the boss, so we'll follow your lead. But our consent matters begin on page 2, and they include items 7 through 11. On page 3, items 14 to 17. On page 4, items 19 to 25, but also on item 18, which will be included, I just have a small correction to read. Rather than authorize chairman to sign, we will strike that. Authorize auditor, controller, county clerk, or designee to sign this agreement and all related documents subject to approval as to form by county council. So on page 4, all items 18 to 25 listed, however, with the caveat on 18, the change I just mentioned. On page 5, items 26 through 34. On page 6, items 35 through 43. Page 7, items 44 to 50. Page 8, 51 to 53, and 55 to 57. On page 9, items 58 to 65. On page 10, items 66 to 73. On page 11, items 74 to 76. Are there any members of the public who would like to comment or add your thoughts to the consent agenda? Okay, gentlemen, I see no interest in that, so your thoughts.
Motion on consent.
Thank you, Jeff. We have a motion and a second. Please cast your votes.
The motion is approved. All ayes.
Okay. We move to resolutions and proclamations on page 2, and we do have a lengthy schedule this morning, so we appreciate your patience, but every matter is, of course, so critical and deserving of recognition and opportunities to educate ourselves as well. Item number 1 is a resolution honoring Pamela Townsend, Department of Human Services. If you can believe, 34 years. 34 years of dedicated service to the County of Kern. Today is the day we honor you. We memorialize it by putting it on the record. It'll be there in perpetuity, which is a beautiful thing. I see Lito. And Supervisor Peters?
Thank you. I'd like to make a motion to approve item number 1. Second.
We have a motion and a second. Please cast your votes.
The motion is approved. All ayes.
No need to be nervous. Just everybody watching you obsessing about every word you say. No biggie. Who will you acknowledge? Who will you not acknowledge? This is a big moment.
Good morning, Madam Chair, members of the board. It's my honor today to share this resolution honoring Ms. Pamela Townsend on her incredible 34 years with the county. On behalf of the board, I just want to thank you for your dedication and your many years of service. And if it's all right with you, I'm going to go ahead and read through this pretty remarkable resolution. Pamela Townsend began her career with the Department of Human Services on November 1st, 1990 as an Eligibility Worker 1 and quickly gained a strong understanding of public assistance programs. Ms. Townsend advanced through the Eligibility Worker Series and on November 22nd, 1994, promoted to Eligibility Worker 3. During this time, she was a member of the pilot integrated team and a member of the conversion team to the statewide automated welfare system. On July 15, 2000, Ms. Townsend promoted to Eligibility Supervisor, and this position was later reclassified to Human Services Supervisor. She was assigned to the newly formed Division 9, where she supervised food stamp and Medi-Cal units. As Human Services Supervisor, Ms. Townsend played an instrumental role in drafting the Assembly Bill 12 eligibility policy and was widely recognized as the foster care eligibility expert. Ms. Townsend promoted to Assistant Program Director on November 2nd, 2013, a position she held until retirement. In this role, she oversaw the foster care eligibility units as well as the legal processing technician units. Throughout her career, Ms. Townsend made numerous valuable contributions, with her leadership in the Resource Family Approval Support Program being particularly noteworthy. She led and organized key events, including the Foster Parent Appreciation Dinner, Breakfast with Santa, and the Quality Parenting Initiative. Ms. Townsend consistently provided exceptional services to clients receiving welfare assistance, offering guidance and support with empathy and integrity. She also played a crucial role in processing payments for foster parents, ensuring they received timely and accurate support while caring for children in need. Pamela Townsend's dedication to the Department of Human Services and commitment to serving Kern County's children and families has earned her the respect and admiration of both peers and colleagues. She will be greatly missed and is wished the best in all her future endeavors. Now therefore it is resolved that the Board of Supervisors of the County of Kern do hereby honor and commend Pamela Townsend upon her retirement with 34 years of dedicated service to Kern County.
Thank you.
Thank you, Supervisor Peters, Madam Chair, and members of the board. Good morning. Thank you for this. I appreciate this, and I want to extend my gratitude to Pam. Pam started her career 4 years before I did, and she's one of the last remaining people that are still at the department while I'm still there. But nevertheless, she's had an amazing career. When you think about 34 years, that's well over 3 decades, and you think about the tenure that employees have in companies. In the public sector, it's about 6 years. In the private sector, it's about 4 years. 34 years, obviously, clearly surpasses that. She's had an amazing career. She's helped everyone along the way. She's mentored a lot of people. She's tutored a lot of people. And more importantly, she supported our communities, particularly our foster care division with regards to foster parents or our foster youth. I can't thank you enough for the wonderful work you did for all the 34 years. I do want to turn it over to Assistant Director Maria Bermudez, who has a few more words to say.
Good
Good morning, Chairwoman and members of the board. So today I have the honor to be here to not just gather to celebrate Pam and her incredible 34-year career, but also to express our gratitude for the lasting impact she has had on this community. Like it was shared in her proclamation, she worked in foster care eligibility, and if you're a social worker, we have no idea how eligibility works. She was able to come over to child welfare and explain to us how foster care eligibility worked, and she was an expert. She was our translator, and we will definitely miss her. She played such a pivotal role in developing so many eligibility programs over the years that assisted foster care children, and for that we'll be forever grateful to her. Pam has an extraordinary ability to connect with others, both at work and professionally. Friends often joke that she is related to half of Kern County and friends with the other half.
Oh, I love that.
It is impossible to go anywhere with Pam without her finding someone, encountering someone she knows, leading to warm hugs, stories, and laughter. Pam's personal life, though, is just as inspiring as her professional one. Pam's story is of hard work, resilience, and community. She was born and raised in Shafter on a farm, the youngest of 9 children. She grew up surrounded by family and deeply rooted in the values of community and hard work. These qualities shine so brightly for Pam in her career and her contributions to us, the DHS family. Pam married the love of her life, Kirk Townsend, and together they raised 2 children, Chase and Chloe. Without hesitation, if you ask Pam what her 2 greatest achievements are, she'll say her 2 children. Pam's expecting her first grandchild in August, and we know her retirement will be filled with spoiling her grandbaby.
Right on time, Pam.
Yes.
Right on
So-
time.
Pam, on behalf of DHS, thank you, and we wish you a wonderful retirement.
Well, you guys made me look good. I never thought when I started at the agency at the age of 23 that I would make this job my career. The job was very rewarding at times with helping the vulnerable community. I made lifelong friends who have become family to me and to my children. And yes, my parents did teach me a good work ethic, and I have luckily passed that down to my kids. I do look forward to the next chapter of my life of being a grandma. So you're right, it was perfect timing for this. So thank you for everything. Thank you for taking the time and to honor me. Thank you.
Well, it's a major loss, Pam. It's a major loss to us. But we'll focus on the years of giving and serving and loving because it is a major loss. A huge win for your family and that beautiful grandbaby that's coming. Thank you for representing Kern County values in all that you do and are. That's obvious. Thank you. Okay, moving along to items number 2 and 3. Item number 2 is to proclaim May 12th to the 18th, 2025 as National Police Week and Thursday, May 15th as Peace Officers Memorial Day in Kern County. Also, number 3 is to proclaim May 6th, 2025 as Giving Day in Kern County to encourage local giving through our annual fundraiser, Give Big Kern. These matters will be handled by Supervisor Jeff Flores.
Thank you. I'll bundle these 2 and make motions for both on 2 and 3.
Motion on 2 and 3.
Second.
We have 2 seconds, so that makes sense. Cast your votes.
Supervisor Flores, can you reconfirm your vote? It didn't take. Thank you. The motion is approved. All ayes.
Good morning, Donnie. Good morning. Nice to see you.
34 years, I call that rookie.
That's so. How many years for you, Donnie?
We're getting close to 50.
But you look so young.
He does look young.
I love it. I love it.
You can't see the insides.
Good energy and good genes.
Yeah, that's right.
Thank you. Well, we got a snapshot today with the Kern County Honor Guard of this importance of this special week of honoring law enforcement. And I just want to make a statement that in Kern County, we support law enforcement. That may sound overly simplistic, but in the last couple of years, we got dangerously close as a nation with the winds of change and new policies. And I just want to make that public statement that we remain committed to our law enforcement. We support you. And when we don't, anarchy is there, lawlessness is there, chaos is there. But these are the beacons of justice, of order, and of service. And so we thank you. So just a couple things about these 2 important weeks. In 1962, a joint resolution was passed by the United States Congress establishing May 15th as the year of Peace Officers Memorial Day. And week of each year during which such May 15th occurs as Police Week. The resolution goes on to read, Police Week in recognition of the service given by the men and women who night and day stand guard in our midst to protect us through enforcement of our laws. This year, National Police Week will be observed May 12th through the 18th. And on behalf of our board, and I'll let the sheriff talk about the activities in Kern County here this week, our board has a proclamation to proclaim the period of May 12th through the 18th as National Police Week, and Thursday, May 15th, 2025, as Police Officer Memorial Day in Kern County. And we authorize the sheriff to fly flags at the sheriff's facilities at half-staff during this period of observance. So on behalf of our board and signed by our chairman, here's a proclamation naming Police Week and Police Officer Memorial Week in Kern County. Thank you, Sheriff. Appreciate you. And I appreciate your men and women too.
Madam Chair, good
We're trying to
morning.
get a picture of you, Sheriff, real quick. If now,
He's got my best side. Madam Chair, members of the board, not only are we supported by our community, we're also supported by our board. I've been the sheriff for about 19 years, and we've never had a negative board when it comes to law enforcement. It's known throughout the state of California that we have that type of environment in Kern County, and we should be proud of that. I am very proud of that. I want to thank the Honor Guard for the job that they do. It wasn't too many years ago when I asked the Honor Guard if anyone knew how to play drums, because nobody had drums in their Honor Guard. In a very short period of time, we had drums in our Honor Guard. Now almost every Honor Guard in the state of California has drums. It really emphasizes what are the loss that we experience, and we're really, really proud of them. Cherie Davis, we have talented people in our organization that can even sing. We've heard Cherie sing, we've heard Augie Marino sing. We have some really talented people, and we're really proud of them, and I thank the Honor Guard for the job that they do. Peace Officer Memorial Week is not just a week for mourning our loss, it's also celebrating the lives of the number of people that we've lost in the line of duty. Kern County has been hit especially hard in the loss of line of duty deaths compared to other counties. In my career, I've been to 17 funerals of people killed in the line of duty. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of employees that we've lost in really a short one every 3 years is what we average. We're going to go forever now and never have another one and be able to fly that flag as an honor. On May 15th, we will have our our ceremony at 10 o'clock at Kern County Sheriff's Office. If you've not been to that one, I encourage you to attend. It's very moving, very emotional. The families of the fallen officers show up. They enjoy it. It honors their loved ones. And then at noon, we go down to the Liberty Bell where we honor CHP, all agencies, BPD and KCSO. It's our week. It's a sad week, but it's a joyful week. We greatly appreciate the support that we have from this board and from the people that we serve in this county. So thank you very much.
thank you, Sheriff.
Okay, my next item is number 3, which is a proclamation, excuse me. Designating May 6th as Giving Day in Kern County. In Kern County, there's four pillars that I like to say. We defend, we fuel, we feed, but we also serve. We see this so often on any given weekend throughout the year, every month, every day. This county rolls up its sleeves and does the work. You can look around the room and you see Paul Yanez with Keep Baker So Beautiful. He was out coordinating one of the biggest American cleanups. Matt Martin, my chief of staff on the board as well, doing the same. Jess Sanders, I just saw a couple weeks ago, serving our veterans with Honor Flight. And Aaron Falk here, who's the brainchild with Kern Community Foundation,
Yes,
who helps
he is.
with capacity building, professional development, organizing the funds to get the funds from the donors to the actual nonprofits that do the work. So we're incredibly blessed here with this network that we have here in Kern County. Since 2016, Give Big Kern has raised millions of dollars from thousands of donors and hundreds of local nonprofits. Kern Community Foundation hosts Give Big Kern, an annual giving day that helps local nonprofit organizations raise funds and recruit volunteers. There's a whole host of events that I'll have Aaron talk about that coincides with Give Big Kern. But at this time, I'd like to present this proclamation from the Board of Supervisors dated May 6 as Giving Day in Kern County to encourage local giving through the annual fundraiser Give Big Kern, signed by our chairwoman, Leticia Perez, dated this date. To you, Aaron. Thank you for all your work. And I like this shirt. It's game day, and we're going to win big with Kern Community Foundation.
Thank you, Supervisor Flores. I've never been called a brainchild, more child than brain, for sure. Thank you so much for this. We are so involved with what the nonprofits do, and it means so much to me to have your support, because frankly, I see all 5 of you. Every time that there is an event, every time there's a community need, I see our Board of Supervisors there. You're giving it your personal time, your professional attention, and even sometimes your own money. And so we see that, we appreciate you guys, and that's why I know how sincere this is. I look forward to Tuesday, May 6th. That's our Giving Day this year. You can go to givebigkern.org right now if there's a nonprofit that you want to support. I also hope that you join us, weather permitting. On Saturday, we'll be at the park at Riverwalk. We're going to have Give Big at the park. We have 70 different nonprofits registered. They're all going to be out there with booths. You're going to have a chance to come meet and find out some of the great things that our organizations are doing. And we need it now more than ever. If you've been following the federal government this year, it's been exciting. Funding that comes to nonprofits is unpredictable right now. We also have, at the state level, some uncertainty over what the budget is going to look like and how is that going to affect the challenges that we have in Kern County. These are challenges that aren't going anywhere, and they're not going to lessen just because our various larger levels of government don't have the ability to support. We're still going to have to solve these problems on our own. That's correct. That's what Give Big Kern is here for. Last year, we had a record $1.5 million raised on Giving Day. And we don't do that on our own. You know, Kern Community Foundation supplies the platform. So we give the ability for these nonprofits to come in and raise money, but that doesn't happen without the people here, that doesn't happen without our businesses, that doesn't happen without the support of our government. And it's the legitimacy from being labeled, from being called the official Giving Day of the county. That's what tells these businesses and tells these peoples that this is a fair and this is a just venture. That's why we offer Give Big Kern at no cost to nonprofits, and we take no cut for running it. The money that is given goes to these nonprofits and allows them to accomplish their mission. So we hope you join us on Tuesday, May 6th for Give Big Kern. We'll be at the Liberty Bell at 6 a.m. if you want to join us. If you can't make that, we're going to be at Tembler at 5 o'clock at evening. Please come by. We're going to watch the money come in, and if you're able to come, I'll buy you a beer. It's going to be a good time. So, Honorable Board, thank you so much.
Aaron, I'm a big fan of what you guys do, obviously, but I'm a huge fan of yours personally. I just want to say, this community is so lucky to have you, and you are one of our finest. And I really appreciate what you do and the spirit by which you do it. I always feel welcome, included, invited. You don't put up divisions as phony as they usually are. You don't even attempt it. You just ask everybody to come and help, and I think it's an extraordinary part of your character, and I'm grateful for you, brother.
Thank you. I'm blushing pretty hard right now. Thank you so much.
I mean it. Okay, Supervisor Couch, you have the distinct honor of acknowledging older Americans today, which so often are marginalized and in the shadows. And Couch, as I'm becoming an older American myself, I'm seeing this, and this is important. The wisdom, knowledge, and what we gain from each other as we age is just absolutely priceless. I think this moment is very special. I understand that you have a proclamation for May 2025 as Older Americans Month. I mean what I'm saying, Supervisor. It's important.
The older you get, the smarter I get, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. All right, motion on the proclamation, thank you.
Second.
We have a motion, and we have a second. Please cast your votes.
The motion is approved. All ayes.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Come on over, Karen. So I think I'm the oldest supervisor, just barely.
Don't look at me.
I think you're number 2. So it is my honor to read this proclamation into the record and turn it over to Jeremy. I know he has some comments and some introductions to make, and also I think you have a little quiz for us. All right. So let me just read that and turn it over to him. It reads, the Board of Supervisors, the County of Kern, State of California, has officially proclaimed May 2025 as Older Americans Month in Kern County, and this recognition has been entered in the official board minutes signed by our Honorable Chair, Leticia Perez. It's dated today, April 29. Jeremy is our Director of Aging and Adult Services. So I'm going to turn it over to him and, first of all, present this to you, turn it over to you, and tell us what we need to know.
Good morning. Thank you so much, Supervisor Couch, Madam Chair, and members of the board for the proclamation in support of Older Americans Month. This month I thought I'd do something a little different and start off with a quiz and get some audience participation hopefully as well. A little dangerous sometimes, but we'll see what this happens, okay?
I like it.
All right. What was the average age? Good try. I like it right off the bat. What was the average life expectancy in 1776, which was when our nation was founded, right?
1776.
You've got options A, B, C, and D.
C.
C is correct. So, at 35, could you imagine going through a midlife crisis at age 15? My God, I've got facial hair. What am I going to do with the rest of my life, right? So, we look at these different facts. What is the current life expectancy?
Different for men and women.
It is different, but the average between both.
No, not 82. B.
72.
C is correct. So, yes,
Yeah, real
C.
funny, Chris.
At what age does the Federal Age Discrimination in Employment Act provide protections to those? I heard it back there.
Is it 40, really?
40.
God, I am old.
So if you thought you didn't have protections at age 40, they are in place, right? So we are ready. That's right.
Wow.
At what age did both Biden and Trump assume the office of president? Now, obviously Trump assumed office twice, but the most recent.
No way.
C is correct. 78. Now, this is a rare bipartisan event where both Republicans and Democrats agree that 78 is an appropriate age to be president, right? So we will take these wins again as we come across them. At what age are you eligible for Older Americans Act programs?
60. No, 55.
55 gets you the senior menu.
That's the good stuff.
C. Actually, C is for my program's eligibility for Older Americans Act.
Oh, wow.
I don't judge, remember, okay? And I don't set the rule, okay? What is the term for someone who reaches 100 years of age?
D.
I would accept a couple of answers, but C is the actual correct answer here.
Amazing.
So centenarians is the exact term, okay? And within Kern County, we have centenarians, and through our Commission on Aging, we honor them, and we have an opportunity to present them with certificates. So again, our Commission on Aging, if you go to our website, we actually have their little bios, and there are more information about them at our location through Aging and Adult Services. If you look for the Centenarian Recognition Program, you'll see their bios and information. Yeah. I hadn't heard you were a centenarian yet, so we're striving, right?
Wow.
That brings me to our Kern County Commission on Aging. So these are the people that I want to be when I grow up, and I'm happy to be joined today by our chair, Stephanie Lynch. as well as our Commissioner Christy Ray, Commissioner Jan Lamucci, Commissioner Yolanda Prado, and Commissioner Judy Snyder. So I have
All
a
heroes.
great board with regards to the advisory that advise us on our aging-related matters, okay? And they do excellent work throughout the county without compensation, right? So they do this on their own time, and I do mean throughout the county. We travel throughout the county, they put the miles in, and we actually go to each of the locations. So with that, I am very pleased to share with regards to our resource fairs coming up this Saturday. So we ask that folks show up to our resource fair to gather more information and share with the events that we're going to have. So that includes chair yoga. No matter what your age, you will find something good at this event, including a cakewalk and a shredding event. So if you're trying to get rid of your past, you can shred it into the bins all in one shot, right? Feel free to join us. Again, thank you so much for this proclamation in terms of our Older Americans Month. And no matter what your age, we tend to see a difference, right? We tend to think of it differently as we get closer to that number. So we have more respect sometimes, even though many of us will still feel young. Okay? Thank you.
Wow. Jeremy, that was a stunning presentation. Absolutely excellent. I feel so much better about aging. I read it. Thank you. That was really, really spectacular. And to the commissioners, all of whom I know and are so devoted to dancing and laughing and having a great time. I think you guys got it all figured out. You got your priorities right, and I really admire you. Thank you for what you do. Moving on to item number 5, we're going to proclaim May 2025 as Mental Health Awareness Month in Kern County. And this matter will be handled by Supervisor Chris Parlier.
Motion approved. Second.
We have a motion and a second. Please cast your votes.
Motion is approved. All ayes.
Madam Chair, colleagues, this morning the Kern County Board of Supervisors would like to proclaim May 2025 as Mental Health Awareness Month in Kern County. Mental Health Awareness Month is an opportunity to raise public awareness of mental health issues and promote mental wellness for everyone. It is important that we provide support for those affected by behavioral health issues and have real conversations about the importance of mental wellness. Through these efforts, together we can strive to reduce the stigma of mental health conditions. This year, Kern County will commemorate 27 years of bringing awareness to mental health. I'd like to invite Allison Burrows, Kern County's Director of Behavioral Health and Recovery Services, to share a few remarks and talk about this important topic. Thank you.
Good morning. Thank you, Chairwoman Perez, members of the board. I'm Allison Burrows, your Behavioral Health Director, and happy to be up here once again to celebrate May as Mental Health Month. This is our opportunity once a year to come together with our community partners, to celebrate, to raise awareness, create opportunities for education and stigma reduction with relation to mental illness. This year, the theme is Be Kind to Your Mind, and what a great reminder to us all to be kind and understanding to each other, but also to ourselves, and really prioritize our mental well-being. This year, I am joined by some of our community providers, advocates, and some behavioral health professionals here in the audience, and I wanted to invite them to stand up briefly just to be recognized. Thank you all for the amazing work you're doing in our community. Really are making a difference. I also want to take the opportunity to thank your board for your leadership and commitment to prioritizing mental health. Together, we're all working together to create a culture and community where people feel supported, where they have access to the services they need. We can have open, honest conversations about addiction, about substance use, mental illness, and they have that opportunity to thrive and really grow and heal here in Kern County. So today we're going to share a short video highlighting some of the events over the past year, engaging with the community. And after that, our program supervisor, Mark Kimmel, is here to share with you some of the upcoming events for May. Thank you.
Good morning, Madam Chair Perez and board members. My name is Mark Kimmel, and I'm the Kern BHRS MHSA Coordinator. I'm pleased to be here with you today to share upcoming events in May aimed at fostering mental health awareness. We have provided each of you with a Be Kind to Your Mind Mental Health Awareness Month calendar, along with a green ribbon, which is the international symbol of mental health awareness. We will commence our May events on May 1st by illuminating the CAO building in green. On May 3rd, we will sponsor our third annual free admission for Family Day at Calm. Our community partners will share in this family-friendly event to offer education and raise awareness about mental health and the substance use services in Kern County. On May 8th, we will be hosting our annual Inspiration Awards at Kern BHRS Westchester Courtyard. This will be an opportunity to honor individuals, organizations, and community leaders who have made outstanding contributions in reducing stigma and promoting mental health. On May 28th, we will participate in Apple Core Project, partnering with our other community agencies to provide food distribution and education about our mental health resources. In closing, there are many other wonderful events taking place in our community. These events and initiatives reflect our commitment to promoting mental health awareness and supporting those in our community who may be facing challenges. We strive to work together to break the stigma surrounding mental health and work towards a healthier and more inclusive Kern County. Thank you for your support.
Thank you. Thank you.
Don't run off. The best part. Here, let's move over just a little bit this way.
How's that? How's that? This way? Okay.
Thank you so much. Doing God's work. Thank you.
Thank you, Supervisor Parlier. Number 6 is an item I've been dreading for some years, actually. I promised my staff I wouldn't get emotional, but I don't see that happening. So we're just going to go for it. Item number 6 is a certificate of recognition honoring Dr. Thomas Martinez. upon 42 years as professor of public policy and administration at Cal State Bakersfield. A motion to that effect? Or as a certificate, I don't think.
Motion.
Thank you. I'm just gonna head down and embarrass myself. Let's do it. Of course, I left my notes. Supervisor Couch, you see my notes right there? I'll be happy to go. Thank you very much. It's good to see you, Doctor. Anybody here with you today? Yeah, come on down, please. How beautiful. Well, good morning, colleagues and Kern County. This is a very special moment and a distinct privilege for me. It's wonderful to see your family here. Come this way so we can get you on the camera, show you off. Today is an opportunity for Kern County to thank, acknowledge, and honor a local hero here in Kern County. Born and raised, educated in the state of California with a master's from San Jose State, a PhD from USC, public policy, organizational leadership. I could go on and on. He has been published in the Public Administration Review and American Review of Public Administration. He has spent 4 decades plus, 4 decades, guiding, empowering, inspiring, leading young people in Kern County, including my very own intern, Annie Ortega, who I met while giving a brief talk in Dr. Martinez's office. In his classroom. He has invited me for over a decade to come and share my life, my ideas with his students and explore the ways in which we improve lives around us. He has been utterly devoted and committed to that for nearly half a century. When you put it like that, huh? He has, through the CSUB Hispanic Excellence Scholarship Fund, coordinator from 96 to present, has helped raise $3.1 million to assist 1,800 awardees, along with $9.8 million federal, state, and private foundation grants. I think it's safe to say, Dr. Martinez, that you are an educational institution all to yourself, entirely. Currently, he is the program director of Master of Public Administration and a professor of public policy and administration from 1985 to present, and awarded emeritus in 2022. Tip my hat to you, doctor. He has been an assistant to the president at CSU Bakersfield, for President Thomas Arciniega from 96 to 04. Absolutely integral, critical, stalwart piece of our own beloved university here in Bakersfield that educated my husband, my cousins, my siblings. I could go on and on what that institution means to Bakersfield. And I don't know that there's anyone who means what Dr. Martinez means to that university. And I am confident, though, that you have prepared your successors, that you have invested students with ideas and opportunities, all driven by the American spirit, to know that with the flag on our heart, in America, all things are possible. En los Estados Unidos, todo es posible. En los Estados Unidos, todo. Thank you, Dr. Martinez. This is a privilege of my life I will never forget, a core memory for me. And I want to thank you for the opportunity of being your friend and to watch you and what you've done in this community. With all my heart and all my honor, I hand this small token of appreciation to you. Thank you. Thank you. Please
I'll just introduce my wife, Myrna. This is one of my daughters. We have 7 kids and 7 grandkids. This is the newest of them, the only one who wasn't working today. And this is one of our friends, Lupe. But anyway, Leticia, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I've known and many people in the room. I think over the many years, 42 years, I started teaching when I was about 12. That's why it comes out that way. But no, I was actually in my 20s, and it was way back. And over the years, I've had people in my courses who became city council members, county supervisors, including Supervisor Flores. And yeah, that was. Let me just say, it was a while back, but at that time we both had full sets of hair.
Yes.
So yes, it's been a little while. But anyway, I was going to say half of the county employees have been my students. Maybe not half, but definitely hundreds, if not thousands, including your current Lorelei Oviatt, who's that was a number of years ago, and I could go with a whole list of people that you're going to all know. We're all former students of mine because I've been there so long. But anyway, the other thing I'm going to say is that in regards to Cal State, people should know that Cal State Bakersfield is a very special place. Among the Cal State system of the 23 campuses, it is proportionally the campus that gets the largest proportion of students from the region to attend. So in that sense, Kern County and the region really depends on CSUB and what we do. So what we do is, I always say, is much more than educational preparation. We're impacting the socioeconomic development of the region. That's really our task. So we've been focused on that, and over those years, as I say, I've taught, I've served many roles. I served, my claim to fame is having served as assistant to the president, President Arciniega, who served CSUB for 21 years, and he truly transformed the campus into what it is today, which is a complete different entity than what it was when it began. But anyway, it's a growing place. It's a critical place. As I've done what I can, but I'm not going to retire and start planting flowers with Myrna. She'd prefer that I do that. She has a long list of honeydews, but I'm not going to focus on that. I think for me, it just means I'm going to have more time to get in trouble locally. Nice. And keep doing some other things. Then. Yeah. I'm not going to disappear. So.
Excellent. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Can we get a picture together? Here's your certificate. If I could hold this up and come on over. Hey, the flowers are good for mental health stuff, right? Right. Here we go. Thank you. Thank you. Do you want to get into one too? No. Okay, here you go. Thank you, doctor. We've been in touch. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Okay, no more crying, I promise. Well, let's hope, right, Kathy? Who knows? Okay, we're going to move to the public presentations portion of our agenda. And this portion of the agenda is reserved for members of the public who would like to provide comment, ideas, suggestions to the Board of Supervisors on matters that are not on today's specific agenda, but are within the jurisdiction of the Kern County Board of Supervisors. We would ask that you form a line in either of these aisles, and we could, if there are 2 lines, we could alternate, but for consistency and fairness, if you would line up, and also to keep the meeting moving along as well, that's super helpful. So thank you. This is the public presentations portion of the meeting, and we do have a timer. We respectfully ask that you try to honor that as best you can. I know it's not perfect. It's not a perfect system, but thank you, good morning, and welcome.
Good morning. I've been here 1,000 times. I've always wanted to do that.
You did it well.
Oh, thank you. My name is Joshua Garnica. I'm from Wasco, California. I work at the Department of Public Health as a communicable disease investigator. The purpose of my speech today is to share a little bit of my personal history and my perspective not only as a county employee but as a county resident. I worked as extra help at aging in adults and behavioral health, and now I'm a permanent employee at public health. But there are two trends that I have noticed with my time here at the county. Health equals wealth, and people come to work at the county to gain experience, build a resume, and then leave for better opportunities. So my grandmother had valley fever, and she's no longer with us. So wealth can be abstract and wealth can be physical. With a wealth of education, the county could better serve its residents, your constituents, and promote practices that would aid those in underserved areas of this great county. Perhaps my grandmother would still be alive today if we were adequately paid and funded. One more thing, Mr. Couch. I'm kind of nosy. Your yearly salary is $215,000. From 2022 to 2023, your salary increased by 2%. So my question for you is, why aren't you sharing the wealth with your community? Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Please come to the podium. Welcome and good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for your patience. I know it's a long morning.
Oh, nice seeing you again.
Hello.
I'm still waiting for your call. Hi, my name's Mary Hernandez. I'm a Kern County worker. I've been in the substance abuse field for about 30 years. I've been doing this for about 30 years, and I have been with the county for 10 years. I have to buy back 3 years, buy back 3 years. I've been extra help. I was extra help for about 3 years. And I'm here because I've been here before, and I don't know what other way to put it. I mean, we're short-staffed. I'm in Supervisor Flores' district, and I don't know how you feel about the homeless that's getting closer and closer to my home. We're in the same neighborhood, so I don't know how you feel about that. What are we gonna do about that? We are gonna meet with you on the 27th, so maybe we can talk a little bit more about that. We're short-staffed. The pay, we need livable wages. What are we gonna do about that? Extra help, we need to keep our seasonal workers. Our seasonal workers are leaving. I used to tell myself, it's gonna get better, but it's not getting better. It's not getting better. I've been with the county for 10 years. I used to be a proud county worker, but it's not getting better. It's not getting better. I love my job. I wear 3 hats with one wage. I'm getting one wage. I'm the point of contact for Kern County for 23 prisons. I manage 23 prisons. I go into the jails for Prop 36. I love my job, but that's not enough. It's not paying my bills. I don't spend quality time with my family. My quality time with my family now is coming to the union hall to figure out a way on how I'm gonna make ends meet. How are we gonna do this? I haven't gotten a decent raise in 10 years. I'm maxed out. I'm not getting nothing. But I love my job. I love my community. My community is suffering. What are we gonna do about it? We need to do something about it. We can't do this anymore. Let's fix it. I'm strike ready. I don't wanna strike, but I'm ready. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning, welcome.
Hi, good morning. My name's Lydia Gonzalez, and I work as a human services technician with the Department of Human Services for 4 years now. I'm a member of SEIU 521, and I'm here with my fellow colleagues as we prepare yet for another unfair labor practice strike. Without vital services such as cash, food, insurance, and behavioral health services, our community would not function. This is my daily task to ensure that clients receive these services. When the community finds themselves in need, they enter the doors of their local Department of Human Services office. They are looking for peace, comfort, and assistance. Instead, they find chaos, which includes multiple lines, long hours, and inexperienced workers. Retention is a huge issue in our department. New hires go through training and often do not stay. But this isn't just about me and my coworkers who are working the jobs of 2 to 3 people because we are understaffed. The real impact is the people who need benefits to feed and shelter their children and have to take a precious day off work to wait in line for hours just because Kern County won't invest in the staff needed to serve its community effectively. I have personally invited you, and so have many of my other colleagues from other agencies, to come and watch us on the front lines. You have not joined us. I'm asking you once again this morning to come and visit us. Walk a day in our shoes. Please continue to work with us to find a fair contract. We would love to continue to work and serve our community where there's a greater need.
Thank you, Lydia. Good morning.
Morning, Madam Chair, Board of Supervisors. My name is Joshua Armstrong, and I work for the Assessor's Office. I'm a senior appraiser. I've been a public servant for over 11 years now, and my family and I have lived here in Kern County for over 30 years. I'm in Jeff Flores's district, and I have requested a meeting with him as well to go into greater detail some of these things that I'd like to discuss with you. But also a SEIU 521 proud member. So something I want to highlight too, to the public, especially to the board, is you are already well aware, but to the public as well, that this conversation of short staffing and underserving the people of Kern is coming in the larger context of some of the greatest growth that the county has ever seen. So just to highlight that, we're looking at a record high for property tax assessments. And it's in the larger context of the last 5 years, it's increased by around 25%. So if you go back about 5 years ago, the property tax assessment, which funds the county, so in addition to record high property tax assessments, we're talking about record high revenue for the county. We're looking at an embarrassment of wealth, and we're having this conversation of shortchanging the people, the public, in light of this. So you go back 5 years ago, we're talking about the property tax assessment roll being somewhere around $100 billion. That's $100 billion of assessed value, billion with a B, $100 billion. And it's increased over the last 5 years by around 25%, up to over $125 billion. So again, with a B, $billion, most of the public over these last 5 years, they know how hard these last 5 years have been for the general public in terms of a global pandemic, in terms of skyrocketing inflation, cost of living increasing beyond what people are able to bear, where we're having to, county employees having to, and this is something that not just county employees can relate to, but the general public relates to. The last 5 years, we did not see 25% growth in our incomes. We did not see 25% growth in our families' well-being. We did not see the growth that the county is seeing. So I want to congratulate the board on that record growth, and that correlates to record work too. So as the tax roll increases, in not only in volume and complexity, I can speak, I see that. I can speak to how the staffing is decreasing. So as we're being asked to do more with less, there's many ways in which the public is aware of this, how it harms them. They can see it with their own eyes. They're being gaslit, I think, by the county in many cases, where in the face of record revenue, they're being told, we don't have enough, there's not enough.
Thank you.
All right, I requested a meeting.
Well, thank you for that. I appreciate that. And I wanted you to know that we have reached out to union leadership for a meeting. We have not heard back. We have not had our calls returned. So I don't like to throw people under the bus in public, but I think that's important given what's been stated here today, that we're trying, and I'm not sure that all the lines are being effectively communicated. But thank you for being here. I appreciate your very intellectual and compelling approach to thinking about these issues. I think it's helpful. So thank you. Sir, good morning and welcome.
Good morning, thank you. I just wanted to yield any time I have back to Joshua. Did you have anything else to say? I do. Thank you.
Wow, very good. A leader. A leader.
Thank you. So in regard to that, I would actually like to address that, Madam Chair, because you personally promised that you wanted to hear from me. You have a line of experts right here who are experts in their fields, who can give greater clarity to the board on these issues in which we're seeing the public harmed by a lack of resourcing and by understaffing. And you promised that you wanted to hear from me. I have not heard from you at all. I haven't heard from your office.
I know
and-
my staff talked to you in the podium after last time we were
Right, they
here.
got my
And we've called you, sir, so
That's
it's
not
just not an
true.
honest statement.
That is not true.
Okay.
That is not true. Yeah, you're
Okay.
cutting into my time, and
Okay.
that is a false statement.
Fair,
So
fair
I
enough.
have not received a single call from your office.
Got it.
I've had communication with Jeff Flores, with your office. Actually, it was your chief of staff who communicated with us. I believe his name is Matthew Martin. So he communicated with us, and he said that we are not allowed to discuss anything having to do with staffing. We're not allowed to discuss anything having to do with how the public is being harmed because they're being shortchanged because they've paid. They've paid
What
their
he said was,
taxes.
what he said, we can't discuss bargaining.
No,
in my
I
office.
am not.
But we do have a date, and I look forward.
You're cutting into my time, sir.
You
You're
don't
cutting
even
into my
have time.
time.
Your time is expired, and we don't do yielding, but I'm going to defer to the chairman.
Actually, the chairperson said we do yielding at the last
We don't do
meeting.
yielding in this chamber, but I'm not going to question the chairman.
The chair, I think, is
If
the
she wants to
authority.
do it,
She
she
said
can do
you
it.
do yielding.
Check up the rules. You and
Supervisor
I,
Flores,
you and I, we have a meeting already scheduled. We do have a meeting scheduled.
Yeah,
Do
it's
we not-
scheduled for a
do we-
month and a half
do-
out.
Yes,
It's
because I
scheduled
had
for a month and a
surgery.
half
Do we
out.
have, because you went back and forth, not understanding your own request. Do we have a meeting, yes or no?
We have one for the end of
Thank
May,
you.
but sir,
Thank you.
sir,
Thank
sir,
you.
you're misrepresenting
I'm
the
not
communication.
misrepresenting.
We were
Thank
told
you.
we were not allowed to address any of
We
the
can't
issues.
discuss bargaining.
We're
We
so-
can't discuss
I'm not
bargaining.
a member. I'm not a
We
member
can't
of the
discuss
bargaining team.
bargaining.
Right, I don't wanna-
Bargain at the bargain table.
I don't want to go
Do you
back
understand
and forth.
that? Do you
Basically,
understand that? Do you
basically,
understand that?
your
Bargain at the bargain
Your
table,
chief of
not my
staff.
office. I'm happy to meet with you. I'm happy to meet with you, and I look forward to meeting with you.
Your chief of
But we won't
staff
be doing
clearly
bargaining in my
indicated.
office.
Your chief of staff clearly indicated.
bargaining.
Apparently that he
No
was
bargaining at
authorized
the
to
office.
discriminate
Okay.
against
No
your
bargaining at the
constituents
office.
Sir?
based
But
on their
I look
union
forward
support.
to meeting with you.
That is alarming.
I look
and that
forward
is
to meeting
unlawful.
with you.
Sir?
You can meet with me today if you want.
Sir,
I'll take you up on that.
Come
I
on.
will take you up on
After
that.
PM
Thank
session,
you.
you
I'm
come.
here right now. I'm talking to you right now. and I'm
Royal
being cut
treatment.
off.
You come up
I'm
after.
talking to you right now.
After
no,
PM
sir,
session, you can
we
come
do
up.
not negotiate in the board chamber,
I'm
sir.
not negotiating. I'm
Okay?
not an
You're-
authorized. I'm
sir.
not an authorized negotiator, and I
I
made it clear
understand.
that I'm not trying to negotiate. I'm a constituent, and I have a
I
right to
understand.
address
Yeah,
my
come up.
supervisor
Come up tonight.
directly. I have a right as an
After PM
expert
session,
on
come
the
up.
areas in which I'm
Okay,
Come
please,
up to my
I'm
office.
gonna ask our
After
deputy
PM
to
session,
intervene.
come up.
This is not helpful.
Come up. Welcome.
Thank
You're
you,
welcome.
sir. Thank you.
Looking forward to that. Looking forward to that.
You are not helping yourself.
Yeah.
Please come down. Please come forward. Jeff, thank you.
You're welcome.
We're
Looking
going to
forward to that
continue
meeting.
forward in a civil, organized fashion because that's what we're supposed to do in here. Absolutely. Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, guys, let's just take it down. Thank you for the conversation. These are heated and difficult matters. Okay, please let's just keep it calm. Welcome. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Madam Chair and Board of Supervisors. My name is Odelia Araujo de Camacho.
I've got it, thank you.
I knew you would. I knew you would. I have been in service to the county for 26 years with Employers Training Resource. I am a member of SEIU 521. I've been up here several times. She's got my name now. Last night, I was up until 12:30 a.m. trying to write a speech, and absolutely nothing came out. The only thing that I can come up here and say is I'm tired. I know my coworkers are tired. I know that you all are tired. It's been a long time doing this. Today is my 30th wedding anniversary. I had different plans for this day, but I'm here. Last year, I spoke on my youngest daughter's birthday to the board. I know that other members of my union, other county members, other county employees have sacrificed special days. I know that you have all sacrificed special days. Let's stop doing that. Let's just talk to each other and get down to the brass tacks of what's going on. I've been here for a year and I'm tired, but I'm going to keep coming until there's a resolution. My coworkers for the county are going to keep coming until there's a resolution. Let's fix this situation now, please. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Good morning and welcome, sir. Please state your name for the record.
Good morning.
Thank you.
Ron Barger. Good morning, Board.
Morning,
Good morning,
Ron.
Madam Chair. This is another follow-up from the board meeting on 3/11/25 regarding the San Joaquin County Board of Supervisors letter requesting Governor Newsom's support for voter ID requirements and the elimination of the same-day voter registration in California. Concerned citizens are asking if the Kern County Board of Supervisors have discussed this request. Have you made a proposal? And if not, are you contemplating doing so? Hopefully common sense sways your decision. It takes 2 IDs to remove certain amounts of cash from your own bank account. And next month on the 7th, the new ID is required to board flights in the United States. We need IDs required for our elections. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Madam Chair, can I speak on that real quick?
Please.
Thank you. Mr. Barger, I do think that under our current legislative platform that might be covered, but we are contemplating having another legislative platform committee fairly soon, even before our next regularly scheduled one, and this might be a good opportunity to jump into that, and that way we can make a formal recommendation to the board as a whole and kind of just drum out what that looks like.
Great.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Glenn Clayton. Good morning, Madam Chair and ladies. Current election department uses a national cellular network system developed by AT&T, and it connects all of the county election directly with the state capitol. This election system, as we've stated before, is very vulnerable to hacking by outsiders. In 2007, the Secretary of State Bowen began to rigorously test all the voting systems, and she required the voting system to have these 4 keys. One of the keys is to open the voting equipment panels to determine if the keys or the machines have components allowing them to be connected with the internet. Second key is security codes to allow access to the voting system. Source code so the government election employees can view the system as they are being counted. And then fourthly is to train election employees. We would love to see those kinds of tools in the hands of our local election officials, just for accuracy, for support. For the last, we've been asking for these 4 keys since the end of 2023, 2024, I think a couple of times, and then we, as concerned citizens, haven't heard anything yet. Also, some concerned citizens have tried to review some of the election results and have been thwarted, needing an approval by the Secretary of State. It makes you wonder, you think in terms of, are we being transparent as the state? Are we taking the precautionary measures that we need to? Are we giving those things to our local officials to do their job? I don't think it's a secret, is it? Wouldn't it be a worthy goal to verify in our own Kern County elections from our own Kern County election staff and give those people those skills and tools to do an accurate job? So I thank you for your time.
Thank you, Glenn. Good morning. Welcome, Mr. Shen. Good to see you.
Good morning, Madam Chairman. Good morning to the supervisors. I would like to thank the supervisors for their diligence and attention to focus on Kern County issues, and especially to the former chair and the current chair for their focus and attention on important topics. Thank you. I am Charles Shin. I am a retired Marine. SB 858, the Local Government Omnibus Act, existing law authorizing county board supervisors by resolution to authorize the use of a facsimile signature of the chairperson of the board on all papers, documents, or instruments requiring a signature of the chairperson as provided. This bill, if it passes, would authorize the board in addition to authorizing a facsimile signature, to authorize the use of an electronic signature of the chairperson on all papers, documents, or instruments requiring the signature of the chairperson. Under this bill, a document bearing the electronic signature of the chairperson would have the same force and effect as if personally signed by the chairperson. Just to focus on some comments from recent auto pins, town hall, Katie Pavlich wrote, since leaving the White House in January, President Joe Biden's rampant use of auto signature, also known as auto pen, has come under scrutiny. In fact, the Heritage Foundation Oversight Project investigated and found auto signatures for a number of Biden pardons, executive orders, and other actions. Quote, we gather every document we could find with Biden's signature over the course of his presidency. All used the same auto pen signature except for the announcement that the former president was dropping out of the race last year, unquote. The Oversight Project explains, whoever controlled the auto pen controlled the presidency. Kern residents would like to know that relevant documents, bills, and obligations affecting the hardworking citizens are met with a bona fide what signature? Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, very good. Do we have any way to clarify anything on that at the moment? I'm asking County Council. Do you have anything that could be helpful at the moment, or should we wait till we can clarify that later? I don't have anything helpful. Thank you. Okay. We do have information that's pending on that, Shen, and we'll get together on it. Good morning.
Good morning, Board. Appreciate your patience. I wanted to tell Jeff Flores that I appreciated him at the Elks Lodge every Thursday morning. First Thursday morning, there's a breakfast at the Elks Lodge here. Y'all are welcome to come down also.
Nice.
My question is there been any progress on the renovation of the elections? Oh, by the way, Jess Sanders. Has there been any progress on the renovation of the elections area floor space to ensure larger, more welcoming, comfortable observation with better process viewing? This will promote citizen participation in order to restore trust and transparency to our local elections. It would be really nice to have some place to go in and not be treated like a third world country while you're trying to observe our greatest country's elections. Secondly, is there any progress on the separation of our ROV so that we have a more focused there? I have a bit of time. Mr. Couch, I think that all the records are public, are public notice, so I think it would be wise for you to post the wages that are trying to be with SIU raised so that the public, the taxpayer, knows how much is going out and where and why. Because they make it sound like they're on poverty row. They're not making as much as McDonald's. And I'm sure that's not true. The other thing is I would like to see DOJ dive into all of the county money, because a lot of it's going to weird places. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sanders. Good morning, sir. Welcome.
Morning. I've already reached my lifetime expectancy, so I may not need my full 2 minutes. Morning, board and staff. I'm a concerned citizen and a Vietnam veteran. My name is Andy Hensel, Hensel, and this talk was inspired by research done by United Sovereign Americans. The conclusion of their research is that California's voter rolls is a dumpster fire, one that has been made illegal to put out. In California, it's unique because 1 out of 3 registered voters, and that's over 5.5 million voters, have material errors and omissions, meaning that their voter record has an open legal question. For example, they registered to vote before they were born, or their name has an asterisk, or they have a voter ID number but no name or address. The 2020 election was certified with 5.5 million registrants of this type. California seated 52 members of Congress using this data. Of the 5.5 million, private investigators found that over 93,000 voters did not exist, as in synthetic voters. And this does not include non-citizen voters. You see what I mean? We as private citizens can't access citizenship data, but our county government can. So can the sheriff or any government agency by submitting the Kern voter roll to the Department of Homeland Security for review. It's still legal, so how about we do it? Any other attempts to clean up the voter rolls are doomed because the process that puts it together is designed to lack integrity. I've already seen the board butt heads with the state on matters of trash pickup, and you were able to get creative and dodge some pretty expensive fees. Likewise, your electability may soon depend on how creative you can be in the face of such election corruption. We're headed that direction. Are we there yet? You tell me. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Good morning.
Good morning.
Nice to see you. Please state your name for the record.
Thank you. My name is Pamela Reese, R-E-E-C-E. Well, here we are. Wouldn't it be great if we could just start the voter rolls at 0, reset everything, start over? That was just a little idea I had. I'd first like to thank this board, especially Supervisor Flores, for the action taken regarding the trash on the railroad tracks. I'm not sure when, but a big cleanup took place on those tracks, and it looks 100% better. When I initially asked about picking up the trash on the tracks, I was asking for permission for myself to do that. But you had numbers and names and just waiting for a date, and it happened. Thank you. That's for sure. Excuse me. Secondly, Chris, would you please pronounce your name for me, your last name?
Parlier.
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 Thank you very much. I want to get it right.
The French way.
Well, I was going to say en français. Okay. And lastly, I'd like to know, is there any such thing as a color-coded district map that shows boundaries and street names as per each of the 5 separate districts of Kern County that y'all serve and represent? Is there anything like that? Just a question. And if there is, maybe one could be directed my way, our way.
You got it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a groovy day. P.S. Thank God for our cops. Obey the law, love the order, I always say.
Come on down. Welcome. Good morning. Good morning. Please state your name for the record.
My name's Virginia Garrett.
Virginia.
And
welcome.
I'm terrified. Thank you for this opportunity. I'm struggling with code enforcement. And I am a living trust executor, so it's my mother's property. She's deceased. We went through an eviction process. I have documentation for that eviction process. And code enforcement says it needs to be cleaned up, and we let them know we needed time after this eviction would happen. The eviction is scheduled for June 5th, and they've given us until June 6th. And I spoke with them before we had gone to the court, and they gave me till the end of April. And I don't believe that that is a fair process for anybody to be able to clean up a mess from a fire burn and somebody living in there for 13 years that I don't have access to, and within 24 hours be expected to have it complete. We've gone to them, we've expected leniency in any way, and
who have you talked to?
I talked to Cruz. Christian Cruz is my coordinator.
Okay.
And we went down and tried to speak with Jose Gonzalez, and we were told the elevators didn't work. So someone took a look at my settlement papers from court and talked to them over the phone, and they said we would be given until June 6th, and that would be it.
Where do you live? What district is this, ma'am?
The home is at 431 Flower Street.
Are you in my district?
I'm not
It
really
sounds like
sure.
it.
It's
You're-
05.
It's 05?
Yes.
Perfect. Can you go up to my office right now and meet with my staff?
Yes.
Okay, we're going to take a look at it. We're going to do everything we can.
Thank you for the help.
Thank you. My staff's watching right now. She's on her way up, so. Flower Street's right near my house. You're my neighbor, it looks like.
Hi.
And your
First,
mom, too.
Can I quickly get clarification as to whether or not...
Can you state your name for the record?
Yeah, Anna, first name A-N-A, last name Medel, M-E-D-E-L. Before I begin, can I quickly get clarification as to whether or not somebody can allocate time to somebody else? Because when I asked during the last board meeting, the answer was yes.
In general, we do it, but the rules are no, so now we're going to proceed by saying no. It all depends on how the meeting is going, the judgment of the chair. I mean, I'm not all-powerful, but certainly I have a meeting to run and to get to business. So we can take either approach. There's discretion in it, but I would like to hear from you, your thoughts, and
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
we
I
try
guess
to
it
keep
was-
that within 2 minutes, but if that doesn't work, we certainly give some grace there.
Okay, so it would kind of just depend on...
What do you want, ma'am? What are you looking for?
Right now, and not for me, but I guess kind of just because I did ask during the last meeting and the answer was yes. And so I just wasn't sure if that had changed or...
My apologies. That is totally my fault and discretion. I apologize to you. We do have some leniency. In general, the board and the rules are not in favor of that. I try to be a little loose on it because I know people get passionate and they want to share and they want to be cut off.
Right.
But in general, because of the way things have gone, in particular the way things have gone this morning, we're not going to give time. That is totally legal and lawful, and I'm sorry for that, but I have a meeting to run, and I'd like to get to the end of it because we got lots of work to do for the day. We have an enclosed session that will take hours.
Right, no,
That's not
okay.
more important than this, but I have a meeting to run.
No, I understand. I just want to, I guess, get clarification on that.
I
for,
should have
future
said that, and I'm
reference.
sorry.
Okay.
Thank
no
you, you're
worries.
right.
Thank you. So, I am 24 years old. I was born and raised in Kern County. I'm one of the residents in the county that lives in an unincorporated area. I live in the space that falls between Bakersfield City's districts 1, 2, and 3. Because of the peculiar borders of Bakersfield City, my neighborhood is only in the jurisdiction of the county, specifically in District 5. I've grown up experiencing this board's inability to effectively address my neighborhood's concerns. And what's more sad is that many of the issues present in the early 2000s are still problems. Over the past year, I have placed a total of 4 requests on the My Kern mobile app for potholes and road conditions. My request number 3322 is in regards to the road conditions at the intersection of Pioneer and Sterling. Potholes, faded crosswalk lines, and chipping road edges can be seen along Pioneer Drive. On February 26th, the request was marked as closed with the comment stating that, quote, streets will be considered for a blade seal in the near future and put on a high priority list, end quote. I can't stand here and say that I know what a blade seal completely is, or what equipment is needed, or if we even have a workforce large enough to keep up with the number of requests that are placed. However, I will stand here and say that, and share my frustrations that not only has it been over 2 months since the request was placed without anything to show for it, but it also doesn't make sense that it would be marked as closed when nothing has been done to improve the road conditions in that area. The same lack of urgency to better my neighborhood is seen in other areas, such as in Pioneer Park, which currently only has 1 bathroom that isn't bolted shut from the outside and has toilet paper maybe half of the time. Now, either y'all aren't aware of the lack of services my area seems to be receiving, making you ignorant, or you don't care enough to really do something, making you negligent. Y'all can fight amongst yourselves as to which it is.
Well, I'll tell you, I grew up on Pioneer Drive, so that's my old stomping ground. There has been more money invested to the upgrades of Pioneer Drive in that area from the last supervisor to mine that I am still paying on the loan for it and have been for the last 13 years I've been here. The amount of money put into Pioneer Drive and Pioneer Park is astronomical. If you'd like to come up to my office, I'd love to share that with you because that's where I grew up actually. And I know that we are constantly returning for upgrades and fixing things, but the amount of money in that particular corridor is more than the vast majority of the county, ironically, because the need is so great and because we have constant ongoing problems. I'd love to share that information with you. If you're interested, please go to my office, because that's my district, and we actually spend a lot of time on that park and those roads. We put $50 million in East Bakersfield parks in the last couple of years. Never been done before. Parks that haven't been touched in 50 years. So I would have to disagree with the assessment. There's some ignorance there. We're actually quite obsessed with that area, and we are doing so much there. I'm so sorry you don't feel that or see that, but I'd love to share it with you. I think it would help clarify the record. Okay. Who else do we have? Okay. End of public presentations, Kathy? Okay, we're going to move on to board member announcements or reports. Gentlemen, anything? Oh, Supervisor Couch, are you punched in for this? I did. Okay. Oh, Peters, no? Okay, got it. Supervisor Couch, floor is yours.
I have, excuse me. County Council wrote us a memo on a request that we got in a meeting regarding an ordinance for catalytic converters. So I would like to refer that to County Council. The memo basically said if we'd like to move forward with it, to refer it to you. I'm going to refer that to you and to the Sheriff's Department. I think they need to be involved in that as well. And ask, do you need a motion to that effect? Or can I just refer that to you for?
If you're making a referral, it is nice to have it.
Okay. I've been sitting on that for a while and finally got around to reading it, and I think if we can do something in that regard, I think that problem has subsided a little bit, but I think we should, doesn't mean we shouldn't do anything about it. So I'd like to make that motion. And I have one other request, Madam Chair.
Okay, we have a motion from Supervisor Couch on the catalytic converter ordinance. I'm very excited about that as well. We have a second. Please cast your votes.
The motion is approved, 4 ayes, 1 absent. Supervisor Parlier.
Supervisor Couch, you have another matter?
I thought I did, but I've misplaced the paperwork. I'll do it in the afternoon.
We'll come back to it. Okay, very good. Supervisor Peters.
Thank you. I would like to actually make a referral as well for a letter of support from the county on AB 1413 as well as AB 1466. I think these both fall within our platform, our legislative platform. I think we should be able to get one out without this, but just out of an abundance of caution, I'm going to make that referral to staff, and I would like to make sure that we have that letter at our next meeting. So I'll make a motion on that referral.
Okay, we have a motion on that, on the referral.
I'm not really, can you
Yeah, what
describe
are
what
they?
those, I don't know, I'm unfamiliar with those.
Sure, yeah.
But we can bring them back and we can discuss it at our next meeting, I guess,
Absolutely.
if whatever you prefer.
Yeah, yeah, I'm happy to talk about them both now or later. Either way is fine. Okay.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion, a second. Please cast your votes.
The motion is approved, all ayes.
Supervisor
Thank you.
Parlier.
But Madam Chair, I had one more
Oh, my
thing.
apologies.
Thank you.
Supervisor Peters.
And then secondly, I would like to unfortunately announce that recently the county lost one of its really incredible residents, a longtime resident of the Kern River Valley, Miss Jeanette Rogers Erickson. She was a beloved community icon whose dedication touched countless lives in the Kern River Valley. Her involvement with various local activities and organizations, in particular the Kern River Valley Hospital Foundation, has had a tremendous impact on the valley. She was the driving force behind the annual Heart Walk fundraiser that was eventually renamed in her honor as the Jeanette Rogers Erickson Heart Walk. And she had just her presence, the passion and service that she had for the community is going to be deeply missed by everyone in the valley. So with that, I would like to ask that we adjourn today's meeting in her memory.
Thank you so much, Supervisor Peters. Can we get the full name again?
Sure, it's Jeanette Rogers Erickson.
Thank you. God bless her memory. Okay, Supervisor Peters, you're done, I take it? Okay, back to Supervisor Couch.
I found it. Thank you, Chair. We recently lost an employee of the county who was named Carol Corbin, and she was a telecommunications network administrator. She was very well liked, very reliable, dedicated, always willing to help. And I would ask if we could, apparently she had run in 180 marathons, if you can believe that. I would like to ask if we could adjourn our afternoon meeting and do the usual letter to her family and that sort of thing that we do. Again, her name is Carol Corbin, and I have some information about her here, Kathy, if you'd like it. Thank you.
Thank you, Supervisor Couch. Supervisor Parlier, this is board member announcements of parts. You had stepped away for a moment.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just want to talk a little bit about the trip that Supervisor Peters and myself went to Washington, D.C. with a delegation from primarily Taft, representing our oil industry. And when I say representing Taft, really representing Kern County, because the importance of those meetings and discussions regarding the reduction of our oil industry, I think, was extremely important. It used to be around 31% of the county's budget, and now it's about 14% and continuing to trickle downward. I think those conversations were productive, definitely worth the trip, and we'll see what the future brings. Thank you.
Thank you for your advocacy. Thank you, Supervisor Peters. Having finished board member announcements or reports, we will move on to the regular portion of our agenda. Wait a minute, I'm thinking of the consent matters on the PM. Kathy, okay, we're going to move to our regular matters, actually, forgive me. So those matters begin on item 54, excuse me. Our remaining item is item 54, and this is an appeal by Rajinder Kapoor and Nilama Rani for Niles Market to contest the decision by Kern County Public Health Services Department to uphold the tobacco retailer's permit suspension and administrative penalty for the sale of tobacco products to an underage decoy. Thank you. I see that our department leads are set up. If you would please state your name for the record and inform the public what it is we're doing here. Thank you.
Good morning. Good morning, Madam Chair and members of the board. My name is Bryn Kerrigan, your Director of Kern County Public Health. I am joined this morning by Amy Rutledge, Assistant Director of Public Health. The item before your board this morning is an appeal contesting the department's decision to uphold the second violation for tobacco sales to our underage decoy, the suspension of the tobacco retailer's permit for 30 days, and the assessment of an administrative penalty in the amount of $500 for Niles Market. Smoking is the #1 preventable cause of death in the United States and leads to approximately 480,000 deaths each year. Smoking significantly increases the risk for the development of heart disease, stroke, cancers, and all chronic diseases that Kern County suffers from at disproportionately high rates. Nearly 9 out of every 10 adults who smoke daily try smoking by the age of 18. It is for these reasons that your board adopted a risk-based retail tobacco program. This program requires that all facilities that sell tobacco and tobacco products must obtain a health permit. With this permit, the facility receives 1 health inspection and anywhere from 1 to 3 underage tobacco purchase surveys each year. Our department employs an extra help employee who is younger than the minimum legal age to purchase tobacco products. The underage tobacco purchase survey consists of sending this individual into permitted retail tobacco facilities and having the underage employee attempt to purchase tobacco products. If a facility sells to our underage employee, the facility is in violation of the law and Kern County Ordinance Code and is subject to penalties. Kern County Ordinance Code establishes the penalty for violations of the tobacco retailer's permit. Based on the number of violations within a 5-year period of time, the violations are as follows. The first violation within a 5-year period results in a $250 penalty. The second violation within a 5-year period results in a $500 penalty and a 30-day suspension of the tobacco retailer's permit. The third violation within a 5-year period results in a $1,000 penalty and a 90-day suspension of the tobacco retailer's permit, and the fourth or subsequent violation within a 5-year period results in a $1,000 penalty and suspension of the tobacco retailer's permit for 180 days and/or the permanent revocation of the tobacco retailer's permit. Kern County Ordinance Code also outlines an appeal process for the violations of the tobacco retailer's permit. The ordinance establishes an administrative review board, that consists of the Assistant Director of Public Health, or Ms. Rutledge, the Director of Environmental Health, and a Chief Environmental Health Specialist. The ordinance also provides an avenue of appeal of the decision made by the Administrative Review Board to your board, which is the item before your board this morning. The facts and the circumstances of the item before you for consideration are as follows. On September 6, 2023, a clerk at Niles Market sold tobacco products to our underage decoy. On September 15, 2023, the department issued a notice of violation to Niles Market for their first documented violation of their tobacco retailer's permit within 5 years. This notice assessed a $250 penalty. The $250 penalty for the first violation was paid by the facility on November 2, 2023. On November 27, 2024, a clerk at Niles Market sold tobacco products to our underage decoy. On December 6, 2024, the department issued the notice of violation to Niles Market for their second documented violation of their tobacco retailer's permit within 5 years. This notice assessed a $500 penalty and a 30-day tobacco retailer's permit suspension. On December 18th, the department received a request to appeal from Nilama Rani, owner of Niles Market. On January 14th, 2025, the Administrative Review Board heard the appeal for Niles Market. During the appeal hearing, the owner of Niles Market stated the following: the clerk did not take responsibility for the sale of tobacco products to the underage decoy. Clerks check identification for every tobacco sale. They only have 7 days of video, so they were unable to verify if the sale occurred. Ms. Ronnie said she trusts the clerk who was working at the time of the sale. She also said that she tried to appeal the first violation for Niles Market, but missed her appointment and was not allowed to reschedule. She stated that the facility is equipped with an ID scanner, so when tobacco products are scanned at the register, they must enter the ID in order for the sale to occur successfully, and that the facility is equipped with an electronic calendar near the register as a visual aid to assist the clerk with determining the appropriate age for legally purchasing tobacco products. On February 13th, 2025, the notice of determination from the Administrative Review Board was issued to Niles Market. The Administrative Review Board's decision was to uphold the suspension of the tobacco retailer's permit for 30 days and to assess the $500 penalty. The Administrative Review Board upheld the penalties due to the following reasons. This is Niles Market's second violation. The facility is equipped with an ID scanner, but they still sold tobacco to our underage decoy. The owner took no responsibility or accountability for the clerk's willingness to sell tobacco products to our underage decoy, but instead continuously stated she trusted her employee and believed he didn't sell to our underage decoy. And the facility didn't modify any procedures to discontinue sales to underaged. On February 27th, 2025, the owner of Niles Market submitted a request to appeal the decision of the Administrative Review Board to your board. On March 26, 2025, the clerk of your board sent a notice of public hearing for the requested appeal to the owner, which is the item before you this morning. Madam Chairman and members of the board, this concludes my summary of events and the department's position on this matter. It would be appropriate at this time to open the public hearing and receive testimony from the facility's representative. Thank you.
Thank you for an excellent, thorough report. Okay, now's the time for us. Do we have any questions at this time of staff? Okay, I'm going to open the public and ask anybody who would like the board to consider information or your opinions or your testimony, now would be the time to do so. So please come forward. Hello and welcome. Come on down, right to the podium, please. Please state your name for the record and give us your position. Right here to the microphone, sir. Thank you so much. State your name for the record. Hello.
My name is Rajendra Lal Kapoor. Yeah.
Hello, welcome.
I'm know English pretty much, but I'm trying to English try. Okay. My employees say they don't sell for the like under 18, 21 for the sale for the tobacco.
I'm sorry, are you denying it, sir?
No, I'm not denying.
Okay.
I'm not denying. My employees say he no sell for the like under 21s, and he say they sell for the somebody else the under like is a 30 maybe like is a he's older, and the older guy they give it to for they came to give it to for somebody for the under.
Buying it for the young people.
Yeah, buy the for the young people for this one.
Which is also illegal.
Yes. Or is this illegal?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Because he came early, but no, he said they know say buy for him. Because when the guys they send the letter and then I check the camera because we don't have videos.
Okay.
And then I appeal for the if you guys have a video, I'm gonna accept it for everything, and then I pay for everything because my employees say they don't accept it because he don't sell for the like under 21s for.
Okay, so, okay, thank you so much for that. That's helpful. So our staff just now put on the record their testimony about what they claim occurred. And so it's on the record. If they're lying, they're in trouble, okay? We cannot do that here. But nonetheless, that's their perspective. You have yours. Thank you. So part of the testimony that was laid out today is that a county employee themselves went in and made the purchase themselves. So it's kind of like a sting operation, if you will. One of the ways in which the county kind of balances our strong interest in seeing businesses thrive, but also in protecting our young people. So it is a balance, and it's not always perfect, but what we do is we send in our own employees, as was stated here.
Yeah,
and
I understand. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And that employee had their own interaction. I'm going to ask my staff to comment on the possibility that there was an adult engaged in this. Could you please clarify that for the record?
Absolutely, Madam Chair. We have strict policies in place so that our underage decoy is the only person that enters in the facility. They are accompanied by an older staff member that stays in the car just for safety purposes, but the underage employee is the only one that enters in the store. They're required to have a California-issued identification on them that is their accurate, true date of birth on it, and they are to present it if they are asked by the facility for their identification. The underage decoy was the only employee that entered in the store at the time of the sale on both instances, and in both instances was sold tobacco products.
I understand. Okay, sir. Did you have anything else you wanted to add? Any other information?
Yeah, because we don't have any proof. That's what I am accepted, but you guys do anything.
I understand. Okay, so for this body, the testimony that was presented by our department head, we all appoint her and we hold her accountable, right? We bring her into closed session. We say, you better tell the truth, if you will. Or, you know, we also don't like to be hard on business. We're very pro-business. We really want to see you
I
thrive.
know it's very hard for the run the business because I understand for the like you guys. I understand, but because I've talked to my employees. My employees say the youngest guy came early, and then they denied for the. They don't give a cigarette anything, and then they came. Another people come with him. They don't give it to him. They give it to somebody because he's older. They don't check the oldest guy for the like his ID because it look like he's older.
I understand.
And then they give it to him, and I don't know. They give it to the youngest people.
Okay.
Yeah, they say yeah.
Well, I appreciate, you know, it's unfortunate we'd only had 7 days of video. That's very explicit evidence, and that would be very
That's why
clarifying.
because I get the letter later.
I understand.
Yes.
For this body, the testimony provided by our department head is almost the same, legally speaking, as that kind of evidence. You know, it obviously is not as compelling to you, and I apologize for that, but those are the facts as we understand them to be true, and have really no reason to believe that she would come in here and misstate the facts. However, I understand your employees are probably, you know, they're probably confused, and we deal with this all the time, and I am very sorry for you know, the hassle, if you will. But we really feel very strongly about this matter as a county, and we really care about our young people. We know a lot are out there doing things on their own that they shouldn't be doing, but we certainly have an obligation not to turn a blind eye to that. And you're, of course, doing the complicated work of running a business, and we appreciate you, sir. We really do. Anything else you want to add for the record? Okay, sir, thank you so very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for being here, and thank you for what you do in Kern County. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
I'm going to return to staff and ask if you have any closing remarks. Or rather, are there any other members of the public who would like to help us better understand this matter? Okay, I'm going to return to staff. Close the public portion.
Madam Chair, I don't believe I have anything additional to add. I feel strongly that our process would not allow for there to be any adults going in and purchasing tobacco products on behalf of our underage decoy. We also feel very strongly, we are very pro-business. We want to see these businesses succeed, but we also want to protect our children and ensure that they don't have access to tobacco products, which is why this program exists.
Thank you very much. Can I ask the board if you have any, my colleagues, if you have any comments or questions? These are always complicated matters, I know. Chris Parlier.
So, Brent, I've got a lot of experience in this. Before I went to DOJ, I was an agent with state alcoholic beverage control. I participated in literally 100, if not more, minor decoy programs, primarily around alcohol. And it's so important that when we have age-restricted substances, that we make sure that they are only being sold to the appropriate people. Now, listening to your statement regarding policy, and I'm sure it's in line with the policies that I dealt with in the past, that you were following those policies, and it sounds like, unfortunately, that the clerk sold to our decoy. Can you tell us again, just for my edification, how many prior violations the store had?
Supervisor Parlier, through the chair, absolutely. The violation in question is actually their second violation within a 5-year period. They had a previous violation that occurred on September 6, 2023.
Okay. So everybody knows the law, and the responsibility ultimately falls to the store and the training of those employees. So my recommendation is to deny the appeal. And I'll make a motion as such.
Thank you, Supervisor Parlier. We have a motion.
Second.
We have a second. Please cast your votes. The motion is to deny the appeal.
The motion is approved. All ayes.
Thank you, sir. Best of luck to you. I believe that brings us to the end of our agenda. Kathy, we're going to close the morning session and move to closed session, and we'll be back at 2 p.m. For some more fireworks. Motion to adjourn, anyone? Thank you, David. We are adjourned.